up, what up, what up? What's going on, YouTube? What up? It's your boy Prince of Haiti back again with another reaction. Yo, man, I hate talking about these situations, man, but they, for some reason, 2024, man, brothers, we've been getting lined up, bro. They lining us up, locking us up. Yeah, but before we get into the video, like I always say, if you fuck with me, like the video. If you fuck with me even more, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna leave the link to this video that we react to in the description, and y'all can tell me what y'all think in the comments. All right? Yeah, man, Lil Durk, bro. I don't know what's up with these rappers, bro, because I feel like only a few of us, when we heard this, we was just like, oh really? You know what I mean? Most of us weren't surprised, but a lot of the stupid naive people, they was like, yo, what? I can't believe this. Yo, I really can't believe, yo, Durk, they got Durk. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I don't wish nobody to get arrested or nothing like that, but he's been pretty much asking to be investigated for like the last 2-3 years. If you really listen to Lil Durk's music the last couple years, this dude's been asking the feds and all them to pay attention to him. I don't know why people do stupid shit like this when you're a rich millionaire. You can't just stay away from the street life, but hey, to each his own, man. I guess that's not for me to understand. But yeah, that whole situation with Quando Rondo and King Von years ago, Lil Durk listening to people tell him to slide for Von, he wasn't being smart about it, I guess. I don't know. Again, everything is allegedly, so I don't know what he did or did not do, and I'm not gonna sit there and say he didn't or didn't do anything. Shit's not looking good, bruh. It's not looking good because Diddy, the mayor of New York, bruh, Lil Durk, pretty sure they're coming for 6ix9ine and Chris Brown next. I'm gonna make a video about that. Y'all could go check my channel for that. But yeah, let's get right into the video.
They gave them enough to know that they know what's going on, but not enough to know everything.
Oh yeah, shout out to Law&Crime on YouTube. I fuck with them because they kind of just do a regular in-depth report instead of just hearing a bunch of people talking and shit. Let's get back into
everything that's going on.
Lil Durk, the rapper who's been recently praised for his work in the Chicago community and his vows to move away from his checkered past, while he is accused of plotting a brutal crime. Authorities say multiple suspects opened fire.
That's wild, bro. And what's crazy is they're trying to pin the whole operation on Lil Durk. He didn't shoot the gun. He didn't get in the car. None of that stuff. They're trying to slap him with the murder for hire charge. Damn, bro.
In a rival's SUV in Los Angeles, but killed his cousin instead. As Lil Durk faces charges alongside his alleged hitmen, we're taking a look at some of the most shocking details in the investigation. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Durk Banks, known worldwide as Lil Durk, just turned 32 earlier this month. The rapper behind such tracks as...
Yeah, he dropped that name a long time ago, so it's not Lil Durk. I'm pretty sure it's Durkio.
Old Days, All My Life, Broadway Girls. He held a birthday bash concert in his hometown of Chicago to celebrate, and all looked good for the Grammy Award winner. But then, just days later, he'd be back in the headlines accused of orchestrating a murder for hire plot. See, there was an apparent feud between Lil Durk and a Georgia rapper who goes by the name Quando Rondo. The two were part of an altercation at an Atlanta nightclub in 2020 that led to Durk's friend King Von being shot and killed. Now, Atlanta police say that one of Quando Rondo's associates, Timothy Leaks, was the one who actually shot Von, although his charges were dropped.
Yep, Lil Tim.
But Lil Durk allegedly believed that Rondo was really at the center of this confrontation. Well, last week, the Central District of California handed down an indictment against 5 people that they say are connected to both Lil Durk and his rap collective called Only the Family, or OTF, in connection with a retaliatory shooting because of what happened to King Von. Now, if you're looking at this and saying, why does this feel a little bit like deja vu? Well, that's because you may be an avid Law&Crime watcher, because some of the accusations against these men here are very similar to what Atlanta prosecutors allege in their case against Young Thug, the rapper whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams. In that case...
Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to say that, bro. I had a feeling to say that. It's very similar. Yeah, that YSL case with Young Thug and Woody, it's looking like a circus, a little shit show. That I don't want to say I want to assume, but I feel like Thug might be getting out of that situation. He's probably gonna get time served.
case. Authorities maintain that Williams is the head of a gang. Williams and his attorneys insist that YSL is not a gang, it is just a record label. And that trial, which has 6 defendants, including Williams, it has been going on for nearly 2 years if you count jury selection. Doesn't seem like it's going to be over, although they kind of got a little bit of a hiccup last week. That's a whole separate situation. But by the way, I obviously talk a lot about the law here on Sidebar, but I also talk about legal rulings. I talk about legal decisions, and I have a landmark one for you right now that has just changed things in a big way, because you can now legally trade on who will win the 2024 election. Yes, it's legal, and that is because our sponsor of Sidebar, Kalshi, they went to court and they won legal approval for election trading for the first time in over 100 years. So just these states. Back to this case. In an affidavit,
Yeah, my bad, yo.
as part of this criminal complaint against Durk, an FBI agent accuses OTF of being maybe not quite a gang per se, but essentially a criminal organization. And throughout the documents, Durk is referred to by his legal last name, Banks. Just keep that in mind. So the affidavit reads, Banks is the leader of the Chicago-based rap collective known as Only the Family, or OTF. In addition to OTF's status as a rap collective, I know, based on the investigation, that OTF also acts as an association, in fact, of individuals who engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Banks and to maintain their status in OTF. For example, based on evidence collected during the investigation, including the interview of witnesses, I know that Banks put a monetary bounty out for an individual with whom Banks was feuding named TB. TB is Taekwon Bowman. That's Quando Rondo's real name. Now, there is a footnote at the...
Just don't understand why millionaires still try to commit crimes, bro. Like, why can't motherfuckers just focus on getting money? And like, I know Quando Rondo's probably like, damn, bro, motherfucker tried to kill me.
Bottom of that page of this affidavit that says, due to serious safety concerns, this affidavit does not provide the identity of these witnesses. Based on the FBI's investigation, I know that witnesses and or their family members have already received threats and or have been contacted in what appears to be attempts to influence their participation in this investigation. Now that kind of reminds us of the case against rapper Sean Combs, right? Diddy, in the Southern District of New York, because 2 different judges have denied the entertainment mogul bond on his sex trafficking and racketeering charges, saying there was evidence of witness intimidation by Combs. Now, his legal team has denied that that was the case, and they are now appealing to the 3rd judge overseeing this case, Judge Arun Subramanian. They are hoping that he will look at this case a little bit differently, and they are hoping that he will issue Combs bail, that he'll be allowed pretrial release, and so we'll see what ends up happening. Now, what exactly does the government say happened here in the Lil Durk case? Well, according to this FBI agent's affidavit, Durk made it known in 2020 that he was putting out a hit on Quando Rondo for his alleged involvement in King Von's death, and that 2 years later, multiple men would travel from Chicago to Los Angeles.
He made it known. How did he make it known? Like, what do you mean he made it known? Like, did he make a post? You know what I mean? Like, did he go tweet about it on Twitter? Like, how do you know?
To carry out that hit. And if you look at Durk's public interactions and recent songs, he wasn't exactly being quiet about it in the lead up to the shooting, or at least that could be what prosecutors
we know.
say, because in February 2022, Durk released the song Aha, and the song's hook directly references, or seems to reference, King Von's death. Don't respond to S with Von. I'm like, F it, you trippin', go get your gun. They dropping locations, I'm getting it done. Tweeting, we sliding, the feds are coming.
Don't respond to shit with Von. I'm like, fuck it, you tripping, go get your gun. They dropping locations, I'm getting it done. Tweeting, we sliding, the feds are coming. Yo, this dude, bruh. It's like motherfuckers go in the studio and be like, yo, what can we write about that's gonna get us arrested? I know. Yo, let's talk about that shooting you did. Like, yo, this is crazy, bruh.
And just a few weeks after that track's release, motivational speaker and social media influencer Wallow spoke with Lil Durk on his podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game, and he got emotional as he talked about how he forgave the person who killed his own brother Steve, And he was warning Durk that actions, they have consequences.
And it was harder than my man. And I'm talking about.
I remember this episode. This is probably one of the most viewed episodes on $1 Million Worth of Game.
This my big brother. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we was kids. This little Steve. But I can tell you one thing. Now I'm out here taking care of his daughter, paying for her to go to school, taking care of my nephew, taking care of my mama and my grandmama.
Talk to him. Sure.
Because I forgave my brother killer, but you know, I understand. I understand what y'all going through.
But if you believe the prosecutors here, it seems that Wall's advice may have gone unheeded, because indictment paperwork filed last week names the defendants in this case and names what the allegations are. So the defendants in this indictment are Kevon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston. And authorities say Grant, Wilson, and Houston, they are members of OTF. The other two men, Jones and Bryan, are allegedly gang members in the Chicago area. And the indictment also names 5 co-conspirators, with Banks being one of them. In the indictment, he's referred to by his initials DB, or co-conspirator 1. And investigators say the plot to travel to LA, to follow Quando Rondo, and eventually open fire on his SUV at a gas station, it was all funded by either OTF or Lil Durk directly.
Like, they actually had some time to think about this retaliation thing, and they still did it wrong and stupid. Like, you thought you was gonna openly just go out to LA, like Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, whatever the area is. I'm pretty sure that area is almost like Times Square, bro. There's cameras everywhere. And forget about those certain areas, dog. There's cameras everywhere. People always got their phones recording. Like, dog, there's cameras on cars, bro. I know you saw that freaking shit with this dude, Fulio, bro. So it's just like, I gotta be honest with you, man. For you to still want to commit a crime in 2024 today, you really, you crazy. You crazy. You fucked up in the head, because, the only way you're going to get away with it is if you kill everybody on this earth. That's the only way. Because someone's going to find out, bruh. Or someone's going to see that shit, or it's going to be on somebody's camera somewhere.
The criminal complaint against Durk says, quote, on August 18th, 2022, co-conspirator 1, again, Lil Durk, texted co-conspirator 3, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." Now, I spoke with attorney Bradford Cohen about this, and we're going to hear from him in a little bit, but 2 ways to look at that text. A, it shows that he's a part of this. Or B, maybe he knew what was about to go down and was like, I don't want any part of this. You do what you need to do. I don't want to touch this whatsoever. So I'm sure that text message will play a pivotal role in this case.
Man, even if he didn't know about any of that shit, they were still going to find a reason or a way to tie it back to him.
4 of the defendants and 1 unnamed co-conspirator, they allegedly flew to California in August of 2022, with Grant and Lil Durk allegedly following in a private jet. Grant is reportedly a top associate in OTF, appears to have been the head of this operation, given what's in the affidavit. He's the one who's accused of booking the hotels, getting the cars, buying the ski masks, finding the weapons, including a gun that has been modified to be a full-on machine gun. The indictment accused the defendants of following Quando Rondo's black Escalade around Los Angeles. Traffic camera photos show a white Infiniti following, or seemingly following, the black Escalade until it pulls into a gas station. And the Infiniti appears to be parked behind the gas station in an alley. The indictment reads, on August 19th, 2022, at the Beverly gas station, defendants Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 used the firearms procured by defendant Grant, including the fully automatic firearm, to shoot at TB's car, striking and killing SR, who was standing next to TB's car while TB was inside. By the way, SR is Quando Rondo's cousin, who was killed during the course of this shootout. The indictment reads, the images below show defendants Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 firing their guns at TB's black Escalade. And the filing includes surveillance photos of what appear to be the suspects seemingly firing their guns toward the gas pumps. And by the way, you can see it's daylight in these photos. So at a gas station in the middle
Fucking
of
crazy,
Beverly
bro.
Hills.
A shooting in broad daylight at a gas station. Motherfuckers is what they be saying, crash outs for real. These YNs be crashing out, man.
Firing at gas pumps. What a brazen attack, let me tell you. The indictment charges the 5 named defendants and the 5 alleged co-conspirators with violation of U.S. Code 1958, which is use of interstate commerce facilities in the commission of murder for hire. It's part of the statute dealing with racketeering. And because someone was killed during the course of this situation, they face life in prison if they're convicted. And before he was arrested in Broward County, Florida, it appears Durk may have been trying to leave the country. The affidavit says the FBI received notifications from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, showing that Banks had been booked as a passenger on 2 international flights, a one-way flight from Miami to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, connecting through Doha, Qatar, scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, and a one-way flight from Fort Lauderdale to Switzerland, connecting via New Jersey, also scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, but Banks did not board either flight.
He was trying to get up out of here. He's like, yeah, I'm out. It was crazy. It was like, yo, they would have stopped him at every single airport.
Approximately 6:40 p.m. Eastern, the FBI received an additional CBP notification that Banks had been booked as a passenger on a private plane departing Miami and destined for Italy, scheduled to depart at approximately 9 p.m. Eastern. At approximately 8 p.m. Eastern, Banks was arrested by law enforcement in the vicinity of the departing airport. So you might be looking at that and saying, well, that's pretty bad evidence. That shows consciousness of guilt.
Yo, Lil Durk is from the streets, bruh. Yo, this whole situation is dumb, but he really thought he was going to escape, bruh. Yo, he thought he was going to try to run and leave the country. My dude, they just told P. Diddy, you can't leave the country. They didn't take his, they turned down 100 million. 150 million from that dude. You can't leave the country. You think you was gonna get away, Lil Durk? That's funny, bro.
Trying to flee the country. While I had a chance to speak with who I mentioned before, celebrity criminal defense attorney Bradford Cohen, about this case, and he says he might not be buying that Durk was trying to flee.
I make a couple different things of that. So the first part of that is all the countries that he has. That Dubai is going to extradite you. Switzerland's going to extradite you. These countries are going to extradite. You know, the only places that don't extradite are like you can go to.
So he wasn't even flying to places where he could like hide. Like motherfuckers ain't even thinking, bro. They're just like, yo, we just gonna go places where I went shopping.
Vietnam, you go to Morocco. There's certain countries that don't extradite, like strictly don't extradite. All these other countries, even if they don't have a treaty with the U.S. for extradition, they're going to extradite because they rely on the U.S. for money. They rely on the U.S. for support. Switzerland, especially. Italy will deport you in about 10 seconds. They'll extradite you in 10 seconds. So I don't make much of whether or not he was going to escape and flee the country. I think more than likely, and sometimes this happens, when it was unusual that there were so many booked, right? What's not unusual is sometimes where an individual doesn't know whether or not there's a warrant out for their arrest. And I've seen this before happen in the past, where some associates get arrested. And in order to see whether or not they have a warrant, because that's not public knowledge, whether or not they have a warrant, they'll book an international flight and it'll red flag them. And then they'll get a call from the FBI or their lawyer will get a call and they'll say like, hey, client's red flag. They're trying to leave the country.
I get what he's saying. So he's saying he doesn't think Durk tried to leave the country. He thinks he was trying to see if he had a warrant or a no-flight warrant. But I feel like, can't you just go online and look that shit up? Like Courts Connect, if you have a warrant? Let me know in the comments.
Country, just so you know, they're under investigation or XYZ. And you find out information you wouldn't necessarily find out. Now, I don't know if that's the case here because there were so many that were booked, but I have seen that before in the past.
So for now, Lil Durk is locked up without bail. He'll be extradited to California. These issues will come into play about whether or not he should be granted pretrial release. And I will tell you, there has already been fallout from the indictment and arrests. 2 towns in the Chicago area that have recently given Durk keys to their respective villages, Bellwood, Illinois, and Broadview, Illinois. Bellwood's mayor said he wouldn't take back the key until the legal process played out, but Broadview's mayor said the opposite. She withdrew the accolade. Reporters also questioned Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson about Durk, who made contributions to Johnson's campaign, and reporters wanted to know if he would denounce Lil Durk and what he planned to do with the money.
You're asking me a question about someone who has worked to transform his life.
Like, what the fuck, yo? Why you asking me? Like, if I'm him, like, why you asking me this shit, bro? Like, what does him going to jail got to do with, like, that? Like, you see how fucked up this country is? Everybody wants to. That's why that racketeering shit, that RICO shit, is freaking. That's how they group everybody. That's how they want to take everybody down by association, bro. Because it's like, my nigga, what the fuck does that shit got to do with me?
Who has admitted that he is on a journey to transformation and has not been charged with anything.
Oh, he's been charged with
has not been convicted of anything. And so if you're asking me if I should make a judgment on a black man before a full trial has actually come to fruition, I hope you do understand why it is not my position to determine the outcome of someone's life.
And Johnson never really seemed to answer the question about what he plans to do with the hundreds of thousands of dollars that Durk had apparently donated. But
Bruh, so, what does it matter what he plans to do with the money? That money didn't kill anybody. That money didn't hurt anybody. What the fuck does Lil Durk giving him that money got to do with this case at all, bro? Like, stop.
One thing I should also mention, that this is not the only legal battle that Lil Durk is embroiled in right now. He's currently being sued by the mother of a rival rapper who claims that Lil Durk, King Von, and OTF were involved in her son's murder. FBG Duck was killed
in 20... Oh, shit. Y'all forgot about that. The ops mom is trying to take these dudes to court.
20 when he was shot 16 times outside of a Dolce & Gabbana store in Chicago. Attorneys for his family claim a $100,000 bounty was put on FBG Duck's life. And his death led to the convictions of 6 gang members. And while the shooting appears to have been the result of a gang fight over territory, FBG Duck's mom says that OTF used that ongoing feud, plus the murder itself, in songs and music videos. In a song called Took Her to the O, released before his own death, King Von includes a scene where he's killing a man named Duck.
Damn, bruh. It's one of my favorite songs by King Von, man. But damn, bro, these guys are dumb, bro. It's like their songs and music videos, everything they do implicates them in some sort of a case. Dummies, bro.
The lawsuit states, as a result, Lil Durk, O-Block, OTF became international brands
through social media and music streaming platforms and profited through podcasts, social media, and music streaming. In essence, they monetized the killing of FBG Duck. Yo, that's crazy.
Through social media and music streaming platforms and profited through podcasts, social media, and music streaming. In essence, they monetized the killing of FBG Duck. And that lawsuit names a lot of defendants, including Lil Durk, his rap collective Only the Family, and record labels associated with the rapper, including Sony and UMG Interscope. Well, this is the start of what could be a very long criminal case. We might not see a trial for 12 months, 24 months. We'll wait and see. But could plea deals be worked out? Could new evidence be revealed? Could cooperating witnesses come forward? We shall see. We'll continue to follow it for you here on Sidebar. But that's all we have for you right now. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. Speak to you next time.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's the reason why I like to go to their channel to get information about like court cases and crimes and all that stuff, because it's a little bit more mellow, more in depth, a little bit more descriptive, not too much like rah-rah and talking and like Twitter posts and stuff. But yeah, bro, that Lil Durk situation, man, it's funny, but let me explain to you what's funny. It's funny because, all right, it's not funny that he's going to jail, and it's not funny that people lost their lives in this situation. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm laughing at the people that were telling Lil Durk, I don't want to say telling, I'm laughing at the masses of people that were like, yo, Lil Durk, you should slide for Von, do this for Von. And it's like, allegedly, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he did that, but it's like, now seeing that I guess you allegedly made an attempt to do that, and those same people that were telling you to slide for Von or spin the block for Vaughn. They're the ones saying, yo, Lil Durk is stupid, yo. Damn, he's dumb. Why would he do that? Bro, that's why I always try to be my own person no matter what, man. Like, I try not to listen to people or be a follower. Like, I used to have that, like, issue when I was younger as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to be a follower, and I try not to let people's opinions dictate my decisions. But damn, Lil Durk, you about to be the next YouTube trial guy now after freaking this YSL and Young Thugger shit, bro. It's unfortunate that stuff like this keeps happening to our people, but at the same time, I don't really feel bad because you're a millionaire and you was given the opportunity to not be involved with none of this shit, and yet you still chose to be involved or keep yourself around this stupid shit, bro. This stupid street shit, bro. And now all the shit you worked hard for the last 5 to 10 years to create the name Lil Durk, OTF, like, all that shit's about to get, like, unraveled, dog. They're gonna make sure they crush this OTF little empire and Lil Durk with it. Just like they're gonna do with Puff Daddy and Bad Boy, like what they're trying to do with Young Thug and YSL, what they're gonna try to do with Chris Brown next. It's like, bruh, I hope people be watching this shit, the younger generation, they watch these things and be like, damn, that's something I never want to do. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the link to the video in the description, and y'all can tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Do you think Durk did that shit? I mean, do you think he got a chance of beating this case? Let me know in the comments. And as I always say, if you fuck with your boy, like the video. If you fuck with me even more, subscribe to the channel, please. Alright, Prince of Haiti, I'm out of here.